How you doing there, Mr. Hobika? You look and just excited to be here today. People are watching on TV, and they're like, wow, is he excited to be in that studio?
Well, now he's got his coffee. So.
I am completely excited, Bill.
Yesterday, I was at the official coffee, the Keel in the Morning radio program, Daylight Donuts. Yesterday, I was
Thank
there.
God I got a cup of
and
it.
I had I had the Octi.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
And
You're welcome.
they know right over there, the Octi, where that's 8 shots of espresso. I immediately started dancing on the tables over there.
I am sure you did.
And I felt it.
Because if it can't be to excess, it can't
I'm not
be.
interested.
This explains so much. When your wife says, let's get ice cream, you're like, let's drive to Oneonta. Let's go right now. Yeah, I'll take you.
There they serve ice cream. It comes a whole half gallon in the dish. But one thing on the espresso, when you kind of OD on caffeine, when you crash, you do come down.
Yeah.
I mean, you get really tired. All right, Sanctuary City. What do you think, Joe? I hear you're all for it. What do you think?
Well, I thought there was a lot to talk about this morning besides the Sanctuary City.
There
One
is.
of the things I wanted to comment on was Andrew had talked about the money that was going to the college campuses to, I guess.
To the state, to the community colleges.
Right.
Yeah.
And to, I guess.
State schools.
Yeah. To, how should I put it, encourage underage kids to not drink. So that means there's going to be an increase in arrests because I'm sure they're not going to use it for education.
Well, I will tell you, as a defense attorney, this is right up in your wheelhouse. You know that college campuses now can arrest, and I believe they can carry weapons and everything. I don't know that for a fact, but I know they can arrest. College campus security is now
the state
they have the
schools.
ability to arrest.
At the state schools because they're peace officers, I guess.
Okay.
But,
right.
you know, the issue that ends up coming when you're dealing with alcohol, you start with that endangering the welfare stuff and things like that.
Yeah.
And, you know, you get the alcohol offenses and everything else. And the next thing you know, you're as a defense attorney, you're trying to prevent permanent damage to people. So, you know, if anybody's got kids in college, especially at state schools, they need to make sure they warn their kids because it's going to be an issue.
You know, this issue of the bus driver. As a defense attorney, I think there's a lot of things that people should understand. That first off, this woman is innocent until proven guilty, as is anyone who is ever ticketed or arrested.
You know, I have to say I don't really know the specifics of the case, but from I think was it prescription drugs they were saying?
I believe so. Yeah.
And you know the argument. I guess the argument is that if there was something that said that she wasn't supposed to be operating a motor vehicle,
which we don't know,
right? But you know what's interesting about that is like the the admonitions about not ingesting alcohol sometimes when you're on certain prescription drugs, and exactly what the effect is and whether or not somebody should be charged with something for abusing prescription drugs or not abusing prescription drugs but taking prescription drugs as prescribed.
So if it says you shouldn't,
and ignoring the warnings, but I don't know the facts of that. So,
but I think this is important. An important point. We've all had medicines that said, do not operate large machinery when taking this medicine. I've driven while taking that medicine. You take it, and you're like, well, it's a little car. It's not a piece of large machinery. I mean, are we breaking the law, potentially? Could you be ticketed?
I think you can be.
Would he be then held liable if he were to get into an accident and injure
somebody? Would make the
right.
argument. I'd have to look at the case law to know
they would make the
answer,
argument.
They're going to always make that. They're going to make an argument about that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a difference between civil liability and criminal.
Well, either way.
But look, I've seen circumstances where people have been arrested because they had their prescription drugs that were prescribed for them not in a bottle, not in the container that they're supposed to be in.
Oh, so like a bag or a weekly thing?
Well, I mean,
but they got off, though, right? You were able to get them off in those
situations. Not without a lot of work. Right. I mean, it's not like...
And not after...
you're just going there, hey, listen, it fell out. I mean, they're, okay, no problem. We're just going to...
So is this because it makes it seem like they bought it off a black market
look,
situation, or what?
Let me put it this way: if you look in someone's purse, or something happens to be on somebody's front seat, and there's a giant bag of hydrocordones or whatever it is,
That's
then
different.
it's not going to be as easy. All right,
I buy my Sudafed in bulk. Probably not a good idea. I'm just asking. You get a better deal if you buy a lot of it.
That's what they say. Yeah, I buy the 132 packs, 10 at a time. Right?
I get my friends to sign for it and everything. I mean, it's with those little red.
Yeah.
I got a break.